Okay, let me just let you know here that I'm trying to set up a GoFundMe account for a friend, a member of Assistance to the Incarcerated Mentally Ill. This is Heather Chapman. This is her son, Nico, and her husband. Nico was about 10 on this picture. Shortly after Heather and her husband married, Nico started showing signs of mental illness. As a matter of fact, he was bipolar. Now, because he was able to get proper medication and treatment, he got through having bipolar okay. Heather wrote that when he was 18, he stopped taking his meds because the government kicked him off of Social Security and Medicaid because he was an adult. And Heather said she filled out the paperwork to get him back on his Social Security and Medicaid. And they told her she could not apply for him. He had to do it himself. In any case, he got in trouble with the law because he did not have his psychiatric meds that he had been on since around age 10. And they put him in solitary confinement because that's what they do to people with acute mental illness in prison. He's in Florida, by the way. Heather wrote that he got in trouble being in solitary confinement. He stopped eating, and he also had a couple of catatonic episodes. So she wrote, my 5'11" son has gone from his normal 160-pound weight to a skeletal 120 pounds after enduring solitary confinement for 2 years, where he remains today. My son seems to be starving to death in Florida prison system. He looks like the Holocaust victims in Hitler's concentration camps. Please help us. Please save my son. Now you can read the entire article about Nico Alvarez. Starving mentally ill prisoners while preventing visits from family. And it's in our Dog Justice for Mentally Ill blog. And yes, we have had mentally ill prisoners to starve to death behind bars. And you can read about a couple of them. James Embry starved to death in Kentucky State Prison. And Carlos Umana starved to death in, I believe, a Utah private jail. So it doesn't take them long. Umuna was only there for a few months. He went in weighing like between 160 and 180. He came out in emaciated skeleton. So after we published this article, Heather was granted weekly visits. So on Fridays around 9 a.m., she's been given a visiting hour. And so she drives to see Nico every Friday. The only thing is that she's 6 hours away. And she has to drive starting in the wee hours of the morning, like at 3 a.m., to be there at 9 a.m. And she would like to have traveling money. The gas money is a strain. But moreover, she would like to be able to drive up on Thursday and be at the gate to see him on Friday morning at 9. She'd also needs to take her two little girls with her because one of them is, I think, 10 and the other 7. And she wants to be able to take them with her. And she cannot do that now, but she could do it when school is out. In any case, Heather needs help traveling to see her son Nico, who really needs his mother. He really needs to see her because, as I said, he's been catatonic a couple of times since he's been in prison. And he had just given up, it appears, because he was starving to death. So it's very important. It's not just a pleasure visit. It's to keep this young man alive. So they did send me this to reset my password, but let me erase all of these now. Okay, so now to reset my password, but when I click that, I get this again. You see, this is like it was at first. This is not. This doesn't appear to be where you reset a password. I'll put my email address in it again. I'll put the password I had selected. And I say sign in to GoFundMe. It's still saying that. So once again, it's saying sign in to GoFundMe because I think what they want me to do is use my Facebook account. I don't know. I think they have some kind of control over you if you use Facebook that they don't have going through your email address, perhaps. I say, I forgot the password. And it says, request a new password. Okay, I'm going to say request it. And it says, we're sending a new password to marylovesjustice@gmail.com. So I go to Gmail again. And I click inbox. And it says, password reset requested. I click there. And you see how many times we've been through this. All of these many. And it says, hello, Mary. We received a request to reset your GoFundMe account password. If you did not request your password, please disregard this email and no change will be made to your account. If you did request to reset the password on your GoFundMe account, please click the link below. And I click it. And when I do, I'm taken back to the screen. Okay? And I can type my email again. And I can type the password again. Well, let me put in a different one. And I say sign in. See? It said please check your email and password. So it appears that they insist on my using my Facebook account. I don't like to use Facebook account for anything having to do with money because my Facebook account is hacked. And this is dealing with money. And it's not even my money. It's Heather Chapman's money for her traveling. And so, thank you very much for paying attention.